All righty, then let's go ahead and skip over to a fight that got announced last week that I want to cover with you, and we're talking about one of the co-features on the UFC's ESPN 4 issue. That fight card is set for June 29th at the Target Center in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and obviously I'm talking about Joseph Benavidez and Jussier da Silva, Jussier Formiga. Formiga coming off a good performance here. He gets his rematch with Benavidez. How do you see this second fight going?
Well, this is a rematch, and Benavides is somebody that has been underrated for a long time. I mean, he lost recently back in last June on the undercard of the Whitaker Romero fight. He lost a decision to Sergio Pettis. He got knocked out by Demetrius Johnson in a title fight in the rematch of those two back in 2013. Before that, he lost in 2012 a split decision to Mighty Mouse. But those are the only three fights he's lost this decade, and he's got just an absolutely stellar UFC record. He has been a top 5 flyweight basically since we've known about a flyweight division in MMA, and he does hold a win over Formiga, and dating back to 2013. But Formiga's really come a long way. Formiga's on a 4-fight win streak. He's definitely probably earned himself the spot as number one contender, seeing that there was kind of a progression of Benavides losing to Pettis and then Pettis losing to Formiga. So this is really a high-level fight at this division, probably the number one contender fight at this division. And the fact that they keep putting on these high-level fights shows that they might not be just so dead set on doing away with this flyweight division as we had originally thought. But at the same time, we get mixed signals because Cejudo's going up to 135 to fight Marlon Moraes in June. So I think that this fight is actually after that. So we'll actually have a little bit more answers about what the significance of this means, because I think if Moraes beats Cejudo, I think Cejudo will go back down to 25. Especially if it's a pretty decisive win. If Cejudo wins, I don't know. I don't know what happens with this division after that, and I don't think that Cejudo's going to give up the belt and this is going to be turned into a title fight. Although that'd be the right thing to do, I think, if he were to win. And that could make this fight really significant. But I'll say this: if Cejudo wins and he doesn't plan on going back to 25, even if they keep this division, and they don't turn it into a title fight, it still might as well be a title fight, because these are the two top flyweights right now outside of Cejudo. Now that Mighty Mouse is not in the UFC.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think you are getting mixed signals from the UFC about the 125-pound division. There's been talk about sunsetting it, but not really a lot directly from the UFC. It's just been a lot of speculation and stuff. And I'm going to go on a limb and say that the division will probably stick around. Now, they may have some time, there won't be at the very least, this has interim title fight written all over it, right? They've done interim title fights in other divisions. Why not here? But they're not doing it. So we may see judo move on. That title could even sit vacant for a little while. I don't think they get rid of it. I think there are a couple of competitors, Benavides being one, Sergio Pettis being another, that just 135 does not suit them. It's not good for them. So you have to keep another the other weight class. Now, here's the main reason why it won't go away. Demetrius is gone. And, with all due respect to Demetrius, because Demetrius was the best fighter on the planet, for his run there, but he was also a little bit of a difficult champion. His management and the UFC never saw eye to eye. He's managed by a guy who's the matchmaker of ONE FC, who at the end of the day, the UFC may at some point see as a competitor. I think they look at everybody as a competitor, right? ONE's a big company operating in Asia, and Matt Hume is their president in charge of operations, and he's their manager. And guess what? Demetrius Johnson is over there now. But Matt's never been that easy for the UFC to deal with. And Matt's always been a guy who felt Demetrius is underpaid. And then that becomes more aggravated when you got a guy on a 12-fight winning streak and you're like, hey, where's my pay-per-view share? Where's my this, that, and the other thing? The UFC's not ready to do that. Now, with him gone, you don't got anybody there bitching about money. You got now you got people scared, and you got people happy about the contract they have. So why get rid of it? It's not even that difficult management anymore.